Do you ever wonder what's real and what's just smoke in the wind? Down here in Texas, we've heard the whispers. They say a president fell in Dallas and the truth got buried with him. They say men walked on the moon, but some folks swear it was all lights and cameras. There's talk of secret deals in desert towns of flying saucers hiding where the tumbleweeds roll. They say the truth is out there, but out here under these white Texas skies, we know the truth ain't free. It's locked up tight behind steel doors and silver tongues. So saddle up, 'cause tonight we're diving deep. Dust on the highway, neon signs glow, stories in the shadows that nobody knows. From the oil fields to the old ghost towns, truth rides the wind, but it never slows down. Deep dive facts, where the shadows talk back. In the heart of Texas, truth rides the cracks. Dig through the dirt, past the lies and the tracks. We're chasing down secrets. Deep dive facts. They talk about.
And Chase has supported me from the beginning.
Think it worked.
What happened to Chad?
Oh, he's back here. Hang on.
Oh, okay.
Hi. Where'd you go? So, everybody, welcome back to Beyond the Box, our deep dive editions. Sorry we've been gone so long. My computer tower went out. Right now it's at the shop getting fixed. I'm on a loaner. I had to go through 2 weeks of hunting and trying to find everything. I lost my research. I lost all kinds of stuff. And it's like, so here we are. We finally made it back. Yay. How you doing, Sherry?
I'm doing good. Got, no snow.
I was gonna say, is it starting to warm up?
Yeah, kind of. Today was gross. We've had fog and been watching the skies and then watching how the weather changes.
Yeah, I was trying to gather everything while I was being sick at the same time, and I was so rid. I was ready to take my whole computer and throw it out the door. I was like, I'm done. All the screen, get out. So, and I got the new laptops back here behind me. And I had to do a bunch of upgrades for Windows and everything on it. So that's been taking me time. It's like, well. So Chad, how are you?
You're muted.
Uh-oh. You're muted. We can't hear you. That's okay. When we first got backstage. Nope, not yet. Nope, can't hear you. Can you hear us? What is going on here? But when we first got backstage, he couldn't hear me. And I was like, oh, wait a minute. I had to go in and change my microphone because the setting was wrong. I was like,
yeah,
try
I
it now.
didn't read the code right. So.
Try it now, Chad.
No.
You're lighting up, but we're not hearing you. Oh, yeah, it might be his headset.
I heard you for a bit.
He said, hang on a minute. So while Chad's getting straight, tonight we're going to talk about weather modification. And that year in the 1800s when it was a whole year of winter, which I don't think is normal. But we're going to bring some stuff in that we want to show you guys about it. And the other day I was so mad because I seen a clip and they're talking about, well, all we're doing is cloud seeding so that we can make it rain. Oh my God. So now they're trying to admit it and talk it down. Even though inside of that cloud seeding, there's microplastics and all that stuff that we're breathing in. It's getting on our food. It's getting on animals. They're not going to say that. Oh, no.
Oh, there's aluminum, barium, stratinum. I can't remember how to say it. Yeah. But the aluminum is what is affecting the trees.
Yep.
Really bad. Well, us too, because we're breathing it in, and not supposed to have metals in your body.
Right. Hi, Jason. Jason says, make it rain. All right, Chad, how are we set yet?
No.
Barely. No. What is happening?
Yeah. Sound malfunction.
Yeah. You're still muted. Why can we not hear you? I've got him turned up, so I don't know. You'd be okay with that, huh, Jason?
I can send some rain to Jason. Because we have it. We had some lightning going on before I got on. I was like, oh, I hope I still have internet.
We can hear you moving around, but then when you go to talk, we can't hear you talk. What the heck you do is going on? It's like, I don't know. Let me see. But yeah, I don't know. It's been kind of hot here for a little while. We had a couple of good days. But yeah, it's been pretty hot. I don't know.
We're in the 40s and we're supposed to get up to the 50s or 60s. It's like a yo-yo effect. 1 minute you got the good day and the next day you're like freezing your butt off, and you got people running around hacking their head off all over the place, and then you got the other people that are still like this. Oh my God, we got to put this back on again.
Yeah.
I see a lot of that around here.
All right, like, Chad, try it now. No. You were working just fine, and then you got up. Don't do that no more. We're not getting any sound out of you. I don't know. Take it off and look at it. Maybe your volume's down. It's off. I don't know what's going on. No. You want to try it without the headset on? Maybe we can get it to work.
It's not plugged in.
It's not plugged in. You still can't hear us? Yeah, we can't hear you. He can hear us, but we can't hear him.
He's like walking around.
You gotta go get something.
And then he's gonna pop out and pop in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I get it. He's gonna go out and come back in. Okay, I got it.
He's walking out. I like his little fingers.
Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe I sat there for days and I was doing that stuff and looking through articles, not videos, articles of that. Hi, Chris. I was looking at articles of that year-long freeze in the 1800s, and I saved them on the thing. But when my computer tower went out and they took it, everything that I had saved was on it. And
They
I
took
was
that
trying,
too.
yeah, I was trying to recover everything and it was horrible. I spent almost 2 weeks trying to just get the music back and the backgrounds and setting up my YouTubes. And on the laptop, I still can't find my Beyond the Box YouTube. So I don't know what's going on.
Oh, it's kind of
So
hard to find. Just like I had the update, or saying that Beyond the Box is coming,
all
and
right.
but I
Nice.
couldn't
Let's-
find it in my YouTube
Hey,
thing. Can
You
we
did hear
say
me?
it.
Yes,
Yes,
yay.
yes, we
Okay.
can hear you now.
Yeah. There was nothing wrong. I just needed to go out and come back in, I guess, because
Oh, okay. Well,
everything was
it,
right. And that's what I
it,
was like, there's nothing I can do different here.
it happens to the best of. Look, when we first started, you couldn't hear me, and it was my mic because I didn't have it on the right setting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So
It's crazy. That's what happens when we take time off. We come back and our fingers are blah blah blah.
Yeah,
So,
I don't
all
have
right.
it connected, so
So, where are we going to start with this, there, Chad?
well, just weather manipulation is sort of the subject, and we'll see how the discussion goes. Because to start it off, it was that interesting year of, I believe,
Yes.
1860 something here, and it was the year that there of no summer, and so there's theories going around because we believe in the resets. I primarily do. Um, it's just what happened is where the argument happened. Kind of, and that's what I'm kind of discussing here, and that's what the weather manipulation was. It weather manipulation? Were they using weapons of mass the D word? I think that would flag
Yeah.
us. Were they using
This
weather
sonic weapons.
control? Is that sort of thing going on? Is there weather manipulation going on? What are these chemtrails that we're seeing? Why are there light effects that show up before earthquakes and during certain phenomenon, in the air and stuff? And there's answers for all this stuff, so we could explore it and just see. Because just because they're not using, let's say, those things, and it is natural causes that's causing what's going on, the resets. I also believe that whatever it is out there, if they were going to do something, like I've heard them say before through channelings or other things, why would we do something like that when we could just drop a big rock on your head? Because dropping a rock from space is going to cause a lot of damage, so maybe a volcano going off could be the culprit, which seems to be the situation with this one particular summer,
Now, I did
1816.
Yeah, I did read a couple of articles on that, and there
Okay.
was quite a few people that passed away during that. And our crops and a lot of other stuff, we were, they didn't have a whole lot of stuff. So when I think about what they do every time they do a reset, they make it so that they don't care how many people we lose during those,
Okay. So I firmly believe there was a reset, because I do believe we had energy grids before, that or things that were tied to an energy grid, ley lines, where ley lines cross and all that kind of good stuff. AI may not support that. There may not be science supporting this, but I do believe this is something that exists and existed, and all the buildings ran off of it. And we did have the free energy, and we did have natural healing because of the way everything was harmonic and holistic, and so and that was destroyed. Now it was destroyed either. I don't know that it was by what we think, because a lot of people think there is just things floating in the sky going around and zapping everything and turning it into dust. And that may not be the case. It might be just like one volcano after another, and slowly things got reset. Like I said, maybe their technique or something isn't because I'm not finding a lot of evidence for, weather control and such. But we'll dive into that. And starting with this year of 1816, it happened around April 10th, I believe, and there was a massive eruption of Mount Tambora. Now, the discrepancy is, it's going to throw a lot of stuff up into the atmosphere. But as the world turns, it's just going to circle around the southern hemisphere. It's not going to be able to cross over the belt of the equator and into the northern hemisphere. But according to the AI, it did. And the way it did this is like it did it in little puffs, like it'd get so built up and then something would shift and then a massive smoke would come over and then it would disperse. So it wasn't like one big stream of the smoke coming over, but it did make its way over the equator and into the northern hemisphere, which it's claiming is realistic for it to do. So the skies were red. They went without a summer. Crops were dying. There was snow in July, I believe, in areas, and a lot of starvation happened, and also a lot of plagues. And so this was like, it was a reset in a sense. It was cold in Europe and North America. Let's see, snowfalls across New England and eastern Canada. Temperatures remained several degrees below average across Europe, and this is in April. The frost damages early crops. Corn crops freeze in mid-June. So a lot of devastation. Animals don't know if it's night or day, whether to come out or go in, where to migrate to. It just basically caused a lot of destruction. And so these things may happen, from time to time, that there's such a disaster or an eruption or something that takes place that the world literally gets a little bit reset, I guess. Well, I don't know if reset's the right word, because the reset feels like an effort in a different sense.
Right.
But, it gets broken down, or something breaks it down. And
I think that I heard it said, when it said that when the earth does moan, that is Mother Nature resetting what man has done to it. So, I mean, it is a good possibility that sometimes these things happen because the earth needs it to happen, So, but, however, that still leaves us with a lot of different stuff that happens. Yes, Brent, it's my paranormal round table. But yeah, so we can go over that stuff, because now I think it's gotten to the point nowadays that it's not so much of nature on its own, and some of the things that happen are so crazy that it's ridiculous, honestly.
well,
I mean,
for example,
to the
Yeah.
nature, though, for us to think it's nature. I mean, like
Yeah.
speaking of volcano, doing a hurricane, doing this and that. And then people are like, oh my gosh, we've never seen anything like that. Well, when you add stuff to nature, make it a natural, supposedly event, and then we have TV and computers telling all of us that this is what it is,
Yeah.
instead of thinking and questioning.
Yep. Hi, Jason.
and so like the Chicago, fair is a popular one to go to, because it was like a white city, and it was, it looked like it was constructed to last, and it doesn't fit the narrative that it wasn't. And even the destroying of that, I did my research and looked at some photos, and okay, so I don't know that they're using weapons of mass destruction, but there was the fires did go through and did burn whatever wood structures and all the whatever would be inside a stone building, but that doesn't bring usually a stone building down.
Right.
And so I'm trying to figure out if they were doing demolitions afterwards, or what the sites look like. And I did see some photos and they look like it's pretty leveled, which it would imply to me weapon of,
them
yeah.
using dynamite or using whatever it is that they had. And I mean, it's like, look at the buildings they had when they had the mud floods. All they did was bury those buildings. They're still intact underneath when they dug all that up. So if the mud floods didn't take it down,
Mm-hmm.
the fires wouldn't take it down. Something else had to take it down. And I looked, there was no massive earthquakes. Couple small ones, but nothing too massive that would have brought stone buildings down. So something had to interfere.
Now there's technology. What we're getting slow dripped or shown as new has been around forever. I mean, really,
It has.
It really has been around a lot longer than what we're taught.
Yes.
So
So
like Chicago, they have some of the buildings still up that I seen some. I wish I would have got the pictures. Someone online had pictures of the Chicago Fair, and then pictures like afterwards, and then them claiming that they built something, but they didn't build it. It was from the Chicago Fair time, per se.
Yep.
By what is it? One of their, I think their football field or something out in Chicago. And they have certain parts, and they got one other building that they claimed to build, but they didn't build it. It was just claimed.
Yeah. They inherited it.
Yeah.
Let's say it like that. They inherited it.
Fine, finders keepers. I'm gonna rename it.
This is mine.
Yeah, exactly.
Sounds almost like Trump in every country. Pee on it. This is mine. Pee on this. This is mine.
I'm just gonna put my name on it, stamp it.
Yeah. Name it after me.
Yeah.
God.
I claim it.
So yeah. Let me see. You sent me a video.
Yeah, just a short one on that year of the summer so people have an idea. Because there was like food wars. They had all the food in banks, and finally people said, no, we want that food. And they went and fought for
Stole it. They went and stole it. They inherited it. Now let's see if I can find the volume on this. No, not that. Let's see if I can find the volume button on this thing. There it is.
The sun simply vanished from the sky. The cause in the year
Oh, come on. Stop it.
In the year 1816, summer never arrived. The sun simply vanished from the sky. The cause was the eruption of Mount Tambora in Indonesia the year before. The blast was so powerful, it changed the world's climate. The ash cloud blocked the sun across the globe, bringing snow to summer and a chilling cold to a world unprepared. With the sun blocked, temperatures plummeted. The year without a summer brought widespread crop failure, livestock perished, and the world was gripped by a deadly famine. Desperation gave way to chaos. Riots broke out across Europe as people fought for what little food remained. But in the face of despair, humanity turned inward. This new bleak world inspired a new wave of art, music, and literature, reflecting the somber and dramatic new reality. It was this gloom that inspired Mary Shelley to create one of the most famous horror stories of all time, The Tale of Frankenstein. In the year 1816,
really?
summer never arrived.
Really?
That's interesting.
I watched the new Frankenstein that they had up not that long ago. It was actually pretty good. I was impressed.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too, because that movie was kind of gray.
Yeah.
By kind of, I mean really gray. I don't think the sun shined in it.
Yeah. So
maybe when he threw the little girl in the well, isn't that what he did once or something?
No, not on the new one.
Oh, okay.
The new one, he was actually kind of a gentle person. You know,
I think she was throwing flowers in the water or something, and so he took her and threw her in the water. I don't remember. I thought I remember that as one of the scenes. Not in the new one though. You're right.
Well, if that happened, it might have been when I got up and went to the bathroom, but I don't know. But yeah, Chris says that he wouldn't rule out Fauci.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, true. But okay, so yeah, I do know that if a volcano goes off, that it can cause a lot of that. It should have caused it before a year, though. Shouldn't it have?
It went high enough into the atmosphere that it was able to block it out for almost a year, which is possible once it gets to a certain height, and then and it would cause the effects that they said. So my thing is like I get it. I guess volcanoes will go off, but maybe whatever it is has the technology to use those things to reset us, step
Right.
by step, instead of just saying, okay, let's just zap them with nuclear bomb or something. They make it look natural, like the earthquake, but I don't know that our government has that technology. I think they're trying to get it as fast as they can, but I don't know that they got it.
Did
Yeah.
either one of you find the videos on the machines that make the clouds and the stuff like that? I had them. I had them all.
Oh my gosh. And then they went with your tower, right?
Yeah, and they're with my tower. I wouldn't be surprised if they're not over there watching that stuff themselves.
Yeah, I'm sure. What is this? Oh my gosh.
My research stuff all came up for them, I'm sure.
Watch Beyond the Box.
Yeah. Yeah. Why don't you please? Yeah, do that. But
There's one you sent me.
did I send you one? I might have. Sometimes I used to send Andy stuff and tell him just to hang on to it for me. That way I could use it later. And he would be like, okay. All right, let's see. Oh, all right. Yeah, I did. Da-da-da-dum. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's that one. Okay. Ooh. All right. Here we go.
Your support helps us bring you programs you love.
Yeah. Okay.
Go
Whatever.
to WyomingPBS.org, click
Wyoming.
on support, and become a sustaining
have it in
member or an
Wyoming.
annual member.
Okay.
It's easy and secure.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
In 2015, the Wyoming legislature appropriated funds to promote a transition from a research-based cloud seeding trials to operational cloud seeding projects. Wyoming Chronicle travels to an operational ground-based cloud seeding site in the Wind River Range to learn the history and the expectations of weather modification in Wyoming. Next on Wyoming Chronicle.
All right. So, are they saying that that machine is actually in Wyoming?
Yeah.
Oh, so in Wyoming, they can set that machine off and it goes all over the place, huh?
No, but they maybe want you to believe that.
Well, I'll be. I know. I see the lines in the sky all the time. It's like
Yeah,
a
I saw 'em.
checkerboard outside my house.
Saw them yesterday doing their X's and their crisscross and
Did you ever notice when you like let the animals out when they've done that? When it's just fresh air, I never see nothing. But when they have a lot of that in the sky, when the animals come back in, they smell funny.
yeah.
It's like a weird smell.
Yeah, I like to walk the dog and not take a deep breath. You know,
I know, right? Yeah.
Funding for this program was provided
Oh,
in
for
part
crying
by
out
the
loud,
Wyoming
just talk
Public
about what we
Here's
want you to
sort of
talk
how it
about.
operates and how it works. So we run these remotely, and we have a satellite modem at the top that gets our signal. It has a computer box that will turn on the generator, which will have the propane tank that will turn on our burner. And from there, it will heat up, a temp sensor will come on and tell our solution tank, which is right there full of our seeding agent, to pressurize the system, and it will release the agent into the atmosphere. We have our nitrogen tank that pressurizes the solution system so that we can get it up to the 25 feet where our tower's at. We have it up there so that the wind can carry our plume to the target range, which is the Wind Rivers, which are behind us over here. Little wind.
Why does, I mean, I just have a serious question. Why does everybody play God with the earth?
Because they think they are.
I mean, it will rain on its own.
Yeah.
Things will well, I don't know. They've been doing this for so long that it may not even know how anymore. I mean, and it's sad. Angers me.
You're up there.
You know, I've noticed is they got the predictions down pretty good here. Like they'll tell you when it's going to rain or snow or something. And I watch the skies and then they've dialed it in kind of pretty close now. Before they used to not be able to get it down. So
Yeah.
You know, practice makes perfect.
Out here, they'll spray for 3 solid days straight, and then we'll get rain and then heat because, well, it's Texas. So all we get is a bunch of humidity because it shouldn't be raining at that time. But, you know, hey, who am I? I'm not the weather person.
So it's a pretty straightforward system, really. The solar panel charges 4 batteries in our battery pack there, and you know I can power the system for all winter long. So I think we'll go ahead and get it turned on here.
All winter long.
So right now the propane flame is coming on, and it's heating up the system. And then once it heats up, it'll turn the solution tank on, and it'll push the solution out, and you'll see a bigger flame coming out.
And our thanks to Michael Paul from WMI for showing us how this weather modification apparatus works. And we're pleased now to be joined by Jenny Cederly, who's a project manager for the Wyoming Water Development Office, and Barry Lawrence, the office's deputy director. Welcome to Wyoming Chronicle.
Are y'all happy? Are y'all happy?
Yeah.
They're falsificating stuff. They look so happy, don't they, Chad?
Are they though? What are they falsifying?
Weather.
I know, but they're doing it as these are projects that they're doing. So like, I think they can have it now to where you could like say, for a couple $1 billion, you can have your weather modified over a certain country, because it takes a lot of, like what you're saying, seeding. It takes a lot of technology and stuff to make it happen. But to guarantee rain for their crops or something like that, that's what they're working towards. But if you can control it in a good way, can you control it in a bad way? Is the argument? You know, do we really want them,
Right.
like you said, messing with these things? But at the same time, if they can stop hurricanes and stop maybe major, you know, major droughts or something, like break those up or something. But what I don't get is like China is ahead of the game when it comes to weather modification. Like they spent a ton of money on it, and yet they had so much rain a couple of years ago that it was once in 10,000 years or something kind of rainstorm that felt like it was weather controlled. You know, I don't know that we have that technology. They don't.
I think that when you play with the weather, as often as it does happen with the cloud seeding and all of that, I think that after a while you've played with it so much you probably have thrown off time and seasons. I mean, I don't think that it's healthy, really, because the cloud seeding, all of the stuff that's in that they drop out of these planes, that's not healthy stuff. And they're putting it in on our crops, our foods, our animals, all of that. And it's not healthy. Hey, if they want to turn around and find a healthy way to make it rain, to water crops, make it rain when we would never have droughts again, I'm all for that. But however, you can't put chemicals in it. Chemicals are bad. You know what I mean?
Now, AA is not going to support. They say scientists have tested where chemtrails have been reported and cannot find any elevated barium. What is it? Barium. Thank you. And the other stuff that they're claiming.
Aluminum.
But on the same note, and it doesn't believe, and it doesn't believe in chemtrails necessarily because it supports that, when a plane flies a certain height and there's certain weather conditions, there's going to be certain type of chemtrails or contrails that it makes. And these contrails can stay up there for a long time in certain types of weather conditions and can spread in many types of weather conditions. But it can't answer me why there was no chemtrails during the government shutdown and COVID.
Right.
I'm like, planes were still flying.
Yeah.
There weren't many. The planes were still flying, and there wasn't a single chemtrail.
And I know a lot of pilots.
And it says maybe the weather was conducive to no chemtrails. And I'm like, yeah, right.
I know
everywhere.
Pilots, and pilots will tell you that the stuff that comes off of them when they're flying, you can watch it. It'll go away. It follows the plane and it goes away. It doesn't sit up there and spread out and make these artificial looking cloudy skies without being puffy clouds. It's crap. And so
they say too that nobody's reporting this at the airports, that there's extra tanks or that there's extra filling going into there.
Of course not, because it's our
fuel.
military.
They'll lose their job. They have to do it.
It is our military.
It's also saying there's nobody in the industries, leaking this if it is actually going on, and that people have researched it and have not been able to find extra tanks or anything. So maybe it's mixed into the gas. I mean, I don't know.
Some of the commercial planes are, because they can push the buttons. People have been talking about it online lately, that either the pilots need to stop hurting humanity and stop pushing the button while they're flying travelers around.
Now, Texas, Florida, Tennessee, Oklahoma, they have all put into office. They've signed it. They're outlawing chemtrails. Okay. But it still happens. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I don't think that it's an everyday person that does it. I don't think that it's just one little organization. I honestly think
connected to government. I know it's connected to government.
It's military.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because that stopped during the government shutdowns or during COVID shutdown. It stopped.
Yep.
Well, they do have pilots that are from the government that just do it, but they don't have family, they don't have children, they hate humanity, and they get paid big bucks, so they don't care. They're soulless. If you ever listen to Dean Whitaker out in California, has been doing the research for like 20-30 years on it, and he's the one that has scientists that go and get the water and other places. There was a lady in California that was the environmentalist. She started noticing what was happening into the water. She started taking stuff to her lab, and she stepped down from her job because she couldn't she wasn't gonna lie to the people. I can't remember what her name is. But Dean, he's been on forever. And he has whole websites, and a lot of people have finally found him and start talking about him now. I mean, I followed him for years when they started spraying in Michigan, I think like 2007. but they started out in California first for like 20 years. I mean, people that's lived out there's talked about it.
Yeah.
Okay. I think there is absolute evidence of weather manipulation when it comes to missing 411 cases or cases like the Bermuda Triangle where ships go missing because the weather always shifts. All of a sudden the fog comes in, all of a sudden it's snowing and raining. Somebody has that technology and it's aliens, I believe, or it's something with, you know, or not aliens, but, you know, the whatever's flying those ships around. Because they definitely use that whenever they're abducting people. So does our government have any of that technology and we just don't know about it, and AI just don't know about it is the question.
Yes,
they do.
That's what they were using Area 51 for a lot. They made a lot of aircrafts, and people, I know I lived out there, we would see the funniest things flying going, oh my God, it's a UFO. No, it was us, and we were building them. We were building them long. We were building them round. We were building them squared. They were building all kinds of stuff out there.
Yeah, reverse engineering. Plus, they remember, you know, the Greys and all that. Like, here, give us so much of your people, and we'll give you this much technology.
I believe that too.
Yep, we were sold out by our government.
Yeah, and you know, power and technology and money. Who cares about?
Yeah, okay, because let's.
I said, yeah, Lyndon Johnson was the one who started that. Just sell us out.
You know, Laura Eisenhower talks about her grandfather, how they signed his name. You know, he didn't want to be a part of it. You know, and yet he did. Oh. She's on the circuit talking still to this day. The granddaughter.
Yeah. Now, I did notice that when people are talking about wildfires and things that they didn't, the natural thing they all say was like, man, it was as calm as can be. And then all of a sudden a wind just kicked in that was like 90 miles an hour, you know, out of nowhere. And then, so I ask, is there any wind manipulation possibilities or technologies they've rumored about or anything? And there isn't. And the fire itself could cause a breeze, you know, in itself. And a lot of these fires would burn in the straight lines that people were reporting because they were from the Santa Ana winds that would gust up and they'd be really dry. And it did say, like, in the instance, like, say, the Paradise Fire, the Wild Camp Fire in California, the biggest and most destructive fire there, you know, like it burned all the houses but left all the trees. And that's highly suspicious. But, you know, the AI is going to tell you, well, the houses are going to catch fire because they're dry, they're dead. They got lots of things to burn. And the trees are alive and living. So they're wet. They take a little longer. And if the fire's moving really fast and traveling through, it's hopping from building to building. And it created a furnace that is allegedly threw embers everywhere, but it didn't burn the trees. So it's debatable, you know, but
let's talk about Hawaii. How anything that was blue didn't burn. Anything that was blue roofs, blue cars.
And the explanation is usually blue roofs are metal. And so, you know,
no.
You know, people don't have blue shingled roofs or blue.
That was direct energy weapon.
I think those and because
the
direct energy weapons,
hurricane winds were going through there.
Yeah, but they
that's why I wonder about the wind.
The direct energy weapons, the frequency on it doesn't register blue.
No,
registers everything else.
Even lasers.
And that was proven.
They had different colors on lines with laser, and then they get to the blue, and it doesn't
touch it.
No.
Because there's also weird anomalies. Like, for example, there was the Great Chicago Fire, right? We discussed that. There was also, I think, 5 other fires that night that burnt down cities. And they were saying that it was just an exceptionally dry year, an exceptionally dry day and hot day and, you know, wind and all that good stuff. So there was the Great Chicago Fire of Illinois on October 8th of 1771. And then there was the Peshtigo Fire, and it's like Peshtigo. It's just a weird name. Peshtigo Fire, Wisconsin. 1.2 million acres, and that was on October 8th same day. There was about 2,500 deaths. There was the Holland fire, and that fire created similar things that the Paradise fire created, which was a cyclone, a fire cyclone or something that just went through the town. And so people were reported combusting without flames being on them. And they said that the air can just be so hot from the fire that as a current goes past you or something, you can just instantaneously combust, and things would combust around just because of the heat of the fire was so hot or something. Even though that, or it could be energy weapon, you know, that we're that we're hearing about and stuff like that. And then there's the Holland fire in Michigan, October 8th. And nearly the whole town burned.
I have a book that was given to me from Paranormal Roundtable, and it is a book of old news articles from newspapers from the 1800s. I think it's 1806 to 1919 or something like that. And I've been looking through it because I was trying to see if there was one in there for weather. And I ran across the tornado that wiped out Gerald, which is not that far from me. And I thought about moving out there because it's nice and rural. But so I looked it up. I found a video on it and I was watching it. And it was talking about how the cooler airs came down and it pushed the other ones high. And it hit over towards Shreveport, Louisiana. But somehow, some way, this tornado developed where all the cold weather was coming in, and of all places to hit, Gerald, which is a town that has nothing but houses and a couple of shops. And it completely took that whole town down. Anybody that was in that town did not make it.
Wow. Oh,
And
wait,
it was
when
an F5 that hit that. It was in
I think I remember that.
I want to say like 1989.
Okay, yep, I remember that because I used to follow
So,
all
yeah.
the tornado destruction stuff.
But nobody could understand how that developed there, because the storms that popped up were Waco, which is totally the opposite way, and Shreveport, Louisiana. And somehow those two storms that were far away from Gerald turned that tornado into an F5 that wiped out that whole entire town. There was nothing left standing.
I
Nothing.
wonder what's in the ground that's so important. Minerals, oil,
Lithium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so now it was two companies that bought up all the property and they built houses again. And they built a couple of businesses.
Yeah.
And that's it. So why does this keep happening? And why do these same companies buy up this property or already own it and collect a lot of life insurance on it?
Yeah. They make
What is
money, don't they?
Yeah. I mean, what does that tell you? So, 1997. Thank you, Chris. Yeah, 87,
knows it all.
97. I know. I love
smart.
Chris. So
Yes.
I got to tell you guys, I want to, with that book, every time we do a show, towards the end of the show, I'm going to pick a small, they're ordinary, unusual, and unordinary, like little deaths or, just little news articles all the way back from Texas. So I'm going to start picking little articles and reading them. Of course, don't make fun of me, everybody, because I'm going to have my magnifying glass because, I am still blind in my right eye and my left eye is not much better. But I also got this. So when people make me mad, I don't have to say anything. I just hold this up and she sticks her tongue out at everybody. And that's the way I feel. And there you go. And as soon as I get my new bar for my mic, I'm going to hang it on there. So I can just stick my tongue out at everybody. I got that especially for Glenn because he needs to have a tongue stuck out at him every once in a while. And I'm the one to do it. But yeah, so every time you turn around when there is money to be made on a property, or they want to, that's what happened in Hawaii. They had gone in there and wanted all these people to sell them their property. And they were like, no, this property belonged to our family and our family and our family, and we don't want to sell it. And then all of a sudden they get wiped out by fires. Well, a lot of those people didn't really have a whole lot of insurance.
No.
So they went in again, but they bought it dirt cheap this time.
Yeah. They do
So-
that. And all the famous people that had houses and like Oprah and all the others, they didn't get touched. All the rich people's places didn't get touched.
Yeah. Yep, exactly.
It's like stealing sacred land from people.
Yeah.
Because they don't want them to be connected to the land. Sacred. None.
And it's sad because, there are people that work all their lives to make their house payments. You get house payments for 30 years, sometimes even longer than that. And you still have to pay your taxes every year, even once your house is paid off, because if you don't pay that, then the government comes, takes it anyways. They look forward to that. That's something they look forward to. And then you have really rich barons that decide, well, we want to buy your property. And these people don't say, why? What's here that you want to buy?
They just want it. Yeah, there's something there. There's a lot
And they
going on.
they don't think to go look it up and find out exactly what that value would be, because they're going to underestimate you, and they're going to think, oh, these people are stupid. We could just offer them, we'll give you $100,000 for this 3-bedroom house and your 1 little acre of property. And people are like, oh, okay. No, don't fall for it. Yeah. Right.
They can give me that now. I'll take it.
Yeah, but you share a house with people. You can't sell their house. Sherry walks out there. Well, y'all, I sold the house.
I sold it. I'm leaving. I got my money. I'm going
Right.
to where I want to be.
I don't know what you guys are doing, but bye.
Exactly.
Yeah. But it's a sad, it's a really sad thing when this stuff happens. And also, I'm hoping that YouTube fixed itself and it doesn't kick us off again at an hour and 27 minutes in like it had been, because I talked to a YouTube representative. They said that they were having a lot of problems. I've talked to the people at Streamlabs. It's not them.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
So-
it was the same time.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
And they had said that they've been having problems with YouTube. They were trying to upgrade some stuff and some things got messed up and this, that. I don't want to hear it. Fix it. That's what I want to hear. Fix it.
Yeah.
So if we get cut off, you'll know why. We didn't do it. I didn't shut you down.
Yeah, we
'Cause,
didn't
you
know
know-
we were cut off till I looked over to my phone. I'm like, well, we're not on anymore. So
The first time it happened, Jason messaged me and said, Brenda, was that you? I'm like, what are you talking about?
yeah.
No, it wasn't me. I didn't do it. So, yeah. But so we get into the floods, like the one we just had in Texas. It was a freak storm that came up, flooded that whole entire area. There was rich people's kids that went there, people that were involved in the Moloch sacrifice stuff.
Yeah.
But that's not the first time that happened. That also happened like 10, 12, 13 years ago. Same place, same kind of unusual storm. Kids came up missing.
Yeah, that's how they get them.
What's
That's
the
one of
problem?
the ways, just like Hawaii.
Yeah. Yep. Schools, it's amazing. Those schools sent all those kids home that day. They gave those kids the day off, and their parents were all working.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, not funny, is
Yeah.
no one's talking about it anymore. It's
No.
like, oh, forgot about that. On to the next.
Yep.
But there's explanations for everything, of course.
Oh, there
So we-
it is. You just
Yeah,
don't
so
have
we
one.
really have to just hold on to what we know and just see, does this make sense or not make sense? And 5 fires in one day, the Chicago Fair being one of them, and then in the United States, in the same night burning down cities. Who knows? And then there was also a day of darkness, May 19th in 1780.
Oh, let's talk about
And
that.
and they didn't know they didn't know like where that came from. And this is another thing where the cows were going back in the barn and people were burning candles in the afternoon because it was dark. And they suspect maybe there is historically speaking, that there was Canadian fires that were taking place during that time, and it must have been atmospheric conditions that just sort of huddled the smoke all around that area. And so, but other people suspect that maybe just a lot of things were getting burnt down and destroyed and reset.
Yeah. I honestly, with as much dirty crap as our government does, and other people out there, I do not doubt any of that. I think that a lot of it is done on purpose. Well, I'm not the only one that thinks that. There's a lot of people that think that.
I
So
think
people
that.
don't think I'm crazy.
I think that. So
Yeah. I mean, if you look at the patterns and
Yeah.
you look at what has happened and you look at how it comes about, it's ridiculous. It really is. How far do you think a hot amber can travel in the wind?
I would imagine miles, I would imagine.
Before it burns out. Now, it would also depend on how big the amber is.
Yeah.
Okay. But I would think that it wouldn't go any farther than maybe 2 miles. I know for a fact it can't go 10 or 12 because that's what happened. I've talked to firemen that'll tell you that. Unless that thing's as big as a humongous rock and still burning while it's tumbling in the air, that is the only way it can go that far.
But it has to have a good exhaust or something to make it launch it.
Yeah. Now we've all known about, well, I know I've known about the Santa Ana winds. I used to live over there.
Yeah.
Okay. Sometimes Santa Ana winds can get pretty built. Now, why it only happens once a year, I don't know. I would think it should go on all the time because you're going to have the same conditions all the time in the same place out there.
Right.
So someone explained that to me. But I also remember when I was a kid, how they used to say, now we never had any problems with mosquitoes. When I was a kid, I never got bit. But yet they would have these trucks come up and down the street with sprayers. And they would let all that shit out in the neighborhood, up and down the street, saying that they're spraying for mosquitoes.
And let the kids go play in it. They did it in Chicago too. We didn't have that here, but yeah.
DDT.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Because you want your kids sick, you want them sterilized, you want them all that stuff.
But
Hi,
nobody
Ivy.
knew that. Nobody knew that back then. They were just told it's safe, and they're like, okay, and then
And it is bad because there are people in my family when I was growing up who didn't ask these questions. Now, my dad always did. My dad was on top of this stuff. Trust me. I know I grew up with it. But others never did. They never asked. I felt like I was living under a don't ask, don't tell. Okay?
yeah.
Because they never asked any of these questions that we ask today. They didn't have the internet, which provides a lot of stuff. You have to be careful because you have internet that gives you both sides of each fence. So you're going to have some over here saying this stuff is bad and some over here saying this stuff is good. But if you actually think for yourself and you do research on it, you find, like Chad does, that, well, this stuff has been happening for this long, and this stuff has been happening for this long. Oh my God, what? Who is doing this?
Or you can find the people that are, finally get their books out or are finally able to talk about it. You find them. I mean, there are good scientists and good people and whistleblowers and this and that,
Yeah.
Whatever label you want to slap on them, but they got the truth and the details of things, that have been doing, like Dean Whitaker with the weather manipulation and pictures. I've seen pictures online before, but even before that, I used to question everything. I used to get on my mom's nerves because she's like, no, just, and I would, when someone says no, don't believe this or don't do this and that, then that would be a better reason to go look for it.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Or this is it and there's no other way. Well, there's always another way. There always is. Just like what they used to say, science. There was a saying, but they don't say it anymore. Of like, like what did scientists hit? The mainstream scientists just hit a plateau and they don't explore anymore. A scientist is supposed to always be open-minded and explore. But then it seemed like, I don't know, in the last 10 years that they're kind of like, no, that's it. That's all we got.
Yeah, we're done with that.
Yeah.
That's it. And then it leaves you to have to figure it out on your own.
Right.
And I mean, really thinking for yourself, since everybody's indoctrinated in school, thinking for yourself is a trade nowadays. Not an ability, it's a trade. Because you have so many people that are taught, you don't question this, you don't ask that, you don't do this. This is the way this is, and that's the way you're taught, and that's the way they carry it.
Or regurgitating, like the one show we did where Chad had that lady, I don't know what her name is, that would go around into the protesters.
Oh yeah.
And the protesters couldn't answer any of her questions, they
Nope.
just kept on regurgitating the same statement over and over.
I like the one guy that said to some of the kids that were college kids that were out on the street, what year was the 1776 war in? And they would look at him and they would be trying to think, what year was it? He gave them the answer and they couldn't answer it.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. And I'm going, wait, what?
That was good.
Oh,
that was so good.
Somebody is wasting money on that kid's school. I mean, come on, really?
Yeah, I know. It's scary.
Yeah.
A little scary.
And these are the people we're supposed to leave the world to when we're gone.
I know. That was that's part of their trying to reset again.
I'd rather the aliens come down and run the world because they're gonna be in some big trouble. It's ridiculous.
Nah, there's still there's others. There's a lot of parents that are teaching their kids, those that woke up, a lot of people that have woke up over the last few years, depending on what level. There's many levels of waking up. I mean,
and they're lucky. They have kids that will actually sit down and listen to them and keep an open mind and watch certain things and ask questions. And they're lucky,
Yep.
Okay, but first is always going to come the false awakening. It's when the brain wakes up and thinks it's awake, and it's walking around like it's a guru. It's when the heart awakens, and they align. That's when you really become,
right.
But it's one thing that a lot of these people are falsely awake because they got so much information going in their head from devices or whatever, but they really don't know much.
They have knowledge, not wisdom.
Yeah.
Yeah, because your heart, heart math teaches that, your heart, it's just
Yeah.
it's your other brain, is your heart. Jesus even talks about your heart,
Yeah.
connecting your heart.
And then you got to be careful there too, because now they're coming up with a lot of these direct energy weapons and stuff like that. They're putting voices in people's heads saying that they're Jesus or whatnot. So you got to be careful. Yes, and you got to be careful there too. I mean,
I had voice to skull happen to me a couple times where something was said, but it was I don't think it was our government. I think it went from something beyond that, but it was some kind of technology that they could send a voice into my head. So I know it exists.
Oh, it does.
Unless I just hear voices, but
No,
that's possible.
I've had something similar to that, and I normally, or I'll get a high pitched sound. I've been getting that a lot lately.
Yep, here too.
Okay,
But
well,
I say go away, return back to sender, no consent. I give no consent. That's the problem, is if people say no consent or give no consent, but if they see something that's truth or it's twisted and kind of funny and they laugh about it and they don't do anything, then they give consent. That's why things keep on going, is because they're giving unsaid consent.
Yeah.
Even if they don't know they are.
That's
So
right.
I've been battling with the frequency sounds a lot lately. They've been messing with I'm half deaf in my left ear, but I'll still get staticky something, and I kind of like chuckle because I know it's there, and I'll return it back to sender. No
I
consent.
just say, Father, give me a dream, because I don't want to listen to the voices in my head, because God only knows what they're going to tell me to do. So
Well, they don't
give me
even
a
make it into
dream.
my
Give
head.
me a dream.
They try in the left ear, and it's just like you're wasting
Like,
my
get off
time.
me. Yeah.
okay, so this brings us into another technology that is out there, HAARP.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so now it's got a really bad rep, and does it really deserve it? Who knows? Because it looks pretty ominous. However, it's open to the public, it gives tours, they're studying the ionosphere. There's really not much you can do to affect weather through the ionosphere. The amount of power that they're pulling is 3.5 megawatts or something. They're shooting up there. So I asked, can it be redirected down into the tectonic plates and causing earthquakes? And they're just like, the amount of energy it takes to do that, no. It would be, or to change the direction of a hurricane. It's like, it's putting out the equivalent of hundreds of nuclear bombs of energy, that hurricane, to shift it, to steer it using HARP, or to send they said it's like shining a flashlight at the sun. It's just not going to do anything. They have discussed steering cyclones and hurricanes using cold water there, and techniques and stuff like that, but they actually haven't gotten that to work yet. What they have going and not, I don't know, because like I said, I think there's technology we're just not aware of yet that they haven't told us about.
And I
there's
think
a
that
time-
no
but
matter what,
HARP may
Yeah.
not be the answer to that,
I don't know.
and they use it maybe to do mind control, because they can send those waves down into people's, atmosphere in their
In
brain,
their houses. Yep.
and yeah, like there is that, what is it called, the cube or Habana effect, I think, where
So so
Yeah,
if they're
they
gonna
did that
do
in
that,
Cuba and made
if
some
they're gonna
people-
do that and hide things from people, and then what
Yeah.
else are they capable of doing? I don't trust
Exactly.
anything that the government puts out or has their hands in.
Mhm.
It doesn't matter what it is.
And HARP, because DARPA and everything was involved with that, and of course they're just
Yeah.
dealing with the ionosphere. And the thing is like, the hurricanes are down here, within a mile or two, and the jet stream is like maybe 5 or 6 miles up, and then the ionosphere is like 90 miles up. So it's like there's no affecting down here by heating, and there's no heating that up enough. With the it'd take a lot of power, is what it's saying. I'm not saying it's not being done. I just don't know that that's the thing doing it, if it is.
I don't know. I kind of, if we touch on that subject, I kind of wish
Mhm.
Tommy was here because Tommy can tell you about a lot of different things about their targeting systems and
Yeah.
what they do to him. And
Oh, I know
it's
they got him. I know they got something. I just don't know
oh,
what I don't know if it's HARP,
they
but
got
they
they
got
got a lot of somethings.
that's what we got to. Yeah, that's what we need to figure out, and that's what we need to narrow it down. Okay, so maybe these weather control things were false flag things put out by the CIA to keep us distracted from the truth, which is, whatever that might be.
Every one of those 5G towers that they have up. What do we need 5G towers for when we supposedly have so many satellites in space, whatever? And so, what do we need these 5G towers for? Well, I'll tell you
So
what we need these 5G towers for.
me too.
Frequencies.
Yep.
So the robots can hunt us down.
It's
There-
more than that.
So they
Just
can.
like me,
So the
because
AI, yeah. So our
people-
phones can grow legs and go hunt us down in the
Yeah,
woods when we go to hide.
right. Exactly.
We need Wi-Fi everywhere.
frequencies is what it
Yep.
is. It's a frequency war. Just like your Wi-Fi is your Wi-Fi with the metals in your body are slow cooking you. Radiation. You get radiation from your phones. I mean, even the phone companies have it in their long, mile long, small print. Don't put your cell phone up to your head.
Yeah.
I
I try to answer mine on speakerphone all the time.
My
I don't like to talk with my phone in my ear.
my son's uncle died of brain cancer, and this is before they started coming out with even doctors talk about that you can get brain cancer from that. And he had said, when he died and it was on that side, and I'm like, he had the old cell phones before everybody else got them, and I'm like, oh, he got brain cancer from the cell phone. Later on, finally scientists
Well,
come out.
and
But like
and
the
it's like,
earbuds, though.
yes,
Earbuds,
I won't. I
you're
won't get the.
you're-
Yeah, I will not get the wireless earbuds.
yeah, you're cooking your
That's why
brain.
everything has wires. Even these, it's got a wire. I will not do wireless at
It's
all.
like microwaving. Like when I got a hearing aid, the dumbest thing. It was so stupid. I'm like, because they finally said I'm half deaf, and so they give me this hearing aid that I don't hear I can hear in my left ear, sort of, but they weren't pushing sound in there. They were pushing it over my head to put everything into my right ear,
Yeah.
and it's like I started getting sick. I could feel like this vibration over my head. It was, I don't know,
Yeah.
5 years ago or something like that. And I just refused to wear them. This is before wireless earbuds came out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I won't do the wireless. I've heard too much about those. And, it's hard enough for me to wear regular earbuds. Even these, it's getting time for me to switch back to my wired earbuds because I've been getting really bad pain in my head.
Yeah.
So I need to take these off now and then switch back to the earbuds. And I mean, really, there's nothing we can do to get away from a lot of stuff. Like, yeah, I can go back to putting speakers on my desk and get rid of anything. But what that's going to do is it's going to cause echo with Sherry, or if Chad happens to be on his laptop, it's going to cause echo. So this way it's easier. So I just got them where I got to switch them back and forth. Right now I've got them plugged into the laptop because I was checking to see if they worked on it, and they do.
Yeah, with
So-
wire, you're a lot more safer than you are with wireless. It's the same as a microwave. It sends out, I have it written down somewhere, something megahertz, the same as a microwave is your Wi-Fi.
Well, Jason, stop cooking your brain.
It's a slow cooking. We're on slow cook.
Yeah. It's a slow cook. That's what we get. But yeah, so if they have all this technology, and we know they do, we're not stupid. We get their leftovers or stuff that they've been playing with already for 20 years and they're tired of it. So they give that technology to us and say, oh, look what we just came out with.
It's a brain.
Yeah.
Buff
bullshit.
it off, clean it.
Yeah, spit on it, rub it out, a
Yeah.
little bit, and pass it
Brand
on to
new,
us.
brand spanking new.
Yeah, no,
Because you're
it's
right.
stuff
Yeah.
that they've had. Yeah,
Well, it's just like
Okay,
I heard
well-
someone saying that they believe, and I do too, that AI has been around longer than a couple of 100 years. It's been
Yeah.
around for a very long time. It's just we get the slow drips, of
Yep.
spit shine. It's all new, boys and girls.
yeah,
I mean, like the mud floods and the frequencies before, people living, their electric scooters, they had the airships, they had this and that. And now you got people coming out with the new gadgets that look like the pictures from the
Right.
1800s.
right. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Now what were you gonna say, Chad?
Oh, I was going to say, here's some of the some natural disasters, for example, and the explanations for them.
Okay.
So like the weather. Okay, so the 2018 Camp Fire, which is the Paradise, California fire. Fire spread extremely fast, about a football field per second. Some trees remained standing while homes burned. Reports of sudden high winds and cars appearing to be melted. So people thought there was microwave usage going on here of some sort. But the explanation is the dried winds. The dried downslope winds gust over 50 to 70 miles an hour. Embers traveling miles ahead of the fires, igniting houses before flames arrive. Homes burn faster than trees because houses contain plastic insulation and gas lines. Trees contain moisture. So it says the strange pattern is actually common in urban interface fires. Just something to consider. Then there was Hurricane Patricia in 2015. 85 miles an hour to 215 mile an hour winds in 24 hours. And that was caused by extremely warm ocean water, very low wind shear, whatever that means, and compact storm structure. Okay, so this is one. The 2021 Texas deep freeze.
Yeah, I was there. I was here
Yeah.
for that.
Okay, some theories. This is like example. Okay, some theories suggested HARP, which is what we just talked about. HARP interference or jet stream manipulation. And the actual explanation is a polar vortex disruption. The jet stream weakened and allowed Arctic air to plunge south. This happens naturally, but may be increasing due to Arctic warming. So you see,
Not in Texas.
Yeah, a lot of people in Texas down there weren't saying that. There were so many people online
People that
talking
were born
about
and raised in here. Yeah. They were
Yeah.
like, and I've lived out here for 24 years.
Yep.
And our winters out here are flip-flops and shorts. Okay.
Yep. Yeah,
Always.
you guys got
And
purposefully
now I
smacked.
will tell you this, what happened with that, or what happened because of that, it made us cut our infrastructure. All of our infrastructure was cut off from everybody else. We built our own. So this year, when we got that snow and all that cold weather, nobody had a problem. So it caused us to back away from and go back to the way it was, because when Texas used to be its own country, we weren't connected to anybody else. Then when we joined the union, all of a sudden our infrastructure had to be set for everybody else. Well, after that happened, cut it off and we brought it back. So, yeah. So, can you say there might have been a meaning to that? Possibly. Possibly. I'm still trying to figure out why our governor went to a BRICS meeting
Oh. Wow.
when they first started talking about that.
Well, maybe he disagreed, and that's why you guys got hit with the freeze.
No, because now our a lot of our money is gold and silver back. So yeah, we're starting to put that in the banks. It'll be going on gold and silver backing. So nobody's going to like that too much, but if we leave, you can bet Tennessee, Oklahoma, and Florida's coming with us. And probably a couple others. So, and the paperwork has been signed. He's had the paperwork to secede from the union since Biden got in office.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So I'm kind of wondering if he's just hanging out and seeing what's going to happen.
Who knows?
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? And then again, we could be being lied to again.
Yeah, you could. You never know. I mean, I don't care if it's a governor or anybody that's in the government. I just kind of don't trust anymore. So.
I know, right? They seem to like to lie to us.
Yeah, they could do it good too, with a smile.
Yeah, and you want to know what makes all of us sound crazy? Because they make us crazy.
They got a bag of empty promises. A bag of empty promises.
Yeah.
And you get all excited about it, like, yeah, they're gonna. They didn't come through again.
That's right. Yeah, Crockett's out. Give her the boot. Of course, she's crying about it now, saying everybody cheated. Get out of here! Nobody wanted you in there. Get a clue, woman.
Oh, they always say that when
we
they
don't want you.
They don't know that. She wakes up every morning looking in the mirror going, they all want me.
Yeah, and see that on the ballot and say, nope. That's a big no. Big no. Big no.
You know, here's a picture of the Chicago Fair after the fire. And
is that one of the pictures that you sent me already?
Yeah, and it looks similar to me like what the Civil War buildings look like, maybe. You know, and I think they were using these fires and wars to destroy the buildings, but I don't know if they had weapons of mass, you know.
Well, they needed to, I think that they needed to destroy the buildings because a lot of those buildings were set up on free energy and all of that. So,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they had to try to destroy them because they didn't want anybody else finding that out.
That looks like a war zone more than a fire.
Yeah.
I know, right?
I mean, if we look up, for example, like the church that just burnt down not that long ago, the Notre Dame.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It held up. Its wood burnt, you know, but the stone stayed. Yeah. But that looks pretty destroyed to me. So I got to go through that a little bit better and decipher that.
Yeah, because that looks like one of those buildings because it does have the wide round windows. So that looks like one of those buildings that was set up on the free energy system and the harmonics and all that stuff that was causing the free energy. So that's what that looks like.
And I think there is on these buildings, there is like 90,000 lights, you know, which and the city got built in a year, mind you.
Yeah, they have the LED lights that are bad for you too.
Jason said he wants to try Whataburger. Oh man.
Why? What is that?
Maybe
about?
I'll have to get Whataburger tomorrow.
Is that in Texas? A Texas burger place?
Yeah, they're putting them other places. They kind of just started off doing like In-N-Out did when they were only California, and then they started to spread out. So Whataburger's been in Texas for a long time, and now they're starting to put them out other places. So
I'm paranoid to ever eat any kind of burger joint, fast food of any sort ever again. I don't eat fast food. I never have. I get sick to my stomach looking at the places, and then what I've learned, it's like, oh, well, that explains why my innate.
Yeah, this place here, I've checked it out. I've heard nothing bad, and you can tell when you bite into the burger, it's actual beef.
Yeah.
So,
I don't know. I just walk through the grocery store and get grossed out.
Yeah, I know, right? In-N-Out, they're also another one. As a matter of fact, they've got this big thing because In-N-Out puts Bible verses on the bottoms of their cut brims, and they also put it on their packaging. And they've done that ever since they've been open. And people are protesting them now, wanting them to take it off. And of course, the In-N-Out's like, yeah, well, we're leaving California.
If they, are good Christians with good Christian value and belief, they're
in a family like that.
Yeah, they have every right. That's their business. Mm-hmm. You don't like it? Go someplace else. Go to McDonald's.
Cancel culture. Come on, Sherry. They got to cancel everything, whether they like it or not.
Uh-oh. I was going to say, on my road trip, I did In-N-Out Burger. I don't normally do fast food either, Sherry.
Yeah, I don't. I did when I was a kid. We had McDonald's in our town, and I called it Yucky D's. I was like,
I won't touch that. When the owner of that place decides he won't eat his own food, there's a problem.
Yeah, somebody was telling me, was it theirs or somewhere else where they had the owner on a commercial to go to take a bite of their food, and they took the tiniest little itty bitty.
They probably took a bite of the bun.
Yeah, and it kind of went all over. I don't know. It was on Discord and stuff. Reddit. It was on Reddit.
Yeah, Reddit will get you.
Yeah,
Reddit will get you. What on earth happened here? Oh wow, that looks bad.
That's Chicago Fair. That's after a couple buildings, and you see there's a lot of bricks laying everywhere.
That looks like somebody blew it up.
I know.
Yeah, I can't figure. I mean, if that's fire, then okay.
It looks more like they had an earthquake. Looks more like a big old 9-point earthquake took that thing down. Honestly,
yeah, it does. Yeah,
looks like Chernobyl.
Yeah. Chernobyl.
Yeah.
Oh, what? Would you leave me alone? I know. I gotta take a shot.
Yeah,
Shut up. You can wait.
My family had a fire system, halon and fire extinguisher business that I grew up with, and I can't go with the fire stories. I mean, I grew up with firemen and fire extinguishers. I even worked there, and it's like my dad taught firemen safety in courses, and it can't go with my knowledge, what I've lived and learned.
Right. What we got here? Oh, that's some of the fires. Yeah.
Oh, what did it send you? The whole thing? Maybe scroll down. Sorry. I think I just meant to send you the picture, and it sent you the page. Those are depictions of it, though. That's like the second fire that took place that burnt down most of the stuff that we just saw the aftermath of.
Yeah, they still have that building though. That one building's still there. In Chicago.
Okay. Well, there's one building that they said they built for secure, like a real building.
Yeah.
Because it had art in it, and so it had to be.
Yeah, that's I think the building.
And of course, the one with the art survived.
That's the photo probably that I was. Oh, there's that one. I guess it just sent you the whole page. So there we go.
A lot of these are interesting.
I don't know.
Well, no, and then they said it took them no time at all to put those buildings up. Buildings that should have taken them years, and then they knocked them back down.
With their horse and buggy?
Yeah, right? Horse and buggy?
Like that statue right there is just huge.
Yeah.
The
everything around. Now this stuff was burned.
No, there's two fires, and this one happened in January, and then the big one that burnt the others down happened in July. So
You can see on the top of the building. You can see the spikes are
So
up there. The
Yeah,
energy things are up on all the buildings.
on every one of them.
I mean, like in Europe, somebody was saying that some of the old churches that are still standing, that they used to have angels on them and the spikes for the free energy, and they've been taken down over time.
And yeah, so that's why I think that they destroyed those buildings, not because, you know, they couldn't use them, but because they didn't want anybody else to figure out the free energy.
Yeah.
That they were getting free energy. There was nobody back in those days that were paying for energy.
yes, and I think that's major that we're keying in on that, because I believe somebody we were just discussing a little bit ago is being shadow banned because they're talking about ley lines and about the energy grid on the planet and how that works. I don't think they want us knowing that information. I think that was destroyed, reset, and now we have corporations and banks.
Yes.
And we pay our utilities, and that's exactly what they want. They don't want anything free energy. They just got done destroying it, you know.
Yep.
They're not interested in that, so they're not interested in us discovering it either. So
They have some people that can take
you
the
want to know what I
the
figured out?
energy machine out of the ether.
It's because really rich people have never probably had a job in their life. They make their money off of us, off of the little people. They have never had a job. And if somebody ever took their money away from them and made them get out and get a job, half of them probably wouldn't even know how to flip a burger.
Well, they're not creator beings. Humans and
No.
everybody that do what they're doing are the workers and the creators and the ideas, the movers and the shakers. And then they got somebody up above them that are like, you know, telling them what to do or not to do. And then putting their name on it. Look what I made or something, you know.
Right. And Brent's got it right. Greed. That's their job.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, I agree with that. But yeah, if humanity we would just realize, you know, that we're the ones creating, like the engineers, they're the ones that come up with the ideas and the designs. The scientists, you know, like Tesla, he was, you know, mesmerizing, sleeping, whatever, came up with stuff. You know, it came in intuitively from God and into your being, and you know,
whoever he got it from. Yeah.
aliens, I think.
But I think he was born in that era of, and just part of his DNA knowing too, because they had to push him out. Poor guy.
The Arcturians, I think.
The Arcturians are like healers. They're the universal healers. I can go that way too.
I need one or two.
I used to chat with them a little bit, kind of. Or
I'm
not
giving
that,
this,
but, you know, like connect and communicate a little bit.
Yeah, they don't interfere. I mean, but they're very loving, kind, healing beings. It's just that they can't really be here because their planet's so right now.
I'm gonna get this neat thing. It's a humidifier, but it's also a thing that you put essential oils in.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
And it's like a little fireplace.
Like a diffuser.
So yeah, so I'm hoping that'll help with like my watery eyes and getting stuffy all the time.
Eucalyptus.
Because I've tried everything: cleaning, scrubbing, vacuuming, dusting, everything, and it's like I take
eucalyptus oil.
Yeah, it actually comes with some of that.
Yeah, that's good. Too.
And I take Benadryl because I'm allergic to my cat.
Oh.
And I really hate to think if I'm allergic to my dogs too, but I don't think so. I've never been allergic to dogs. So, but I'm hoping that it'll help because my animals aren't going anywhere. I will be going before they do. So, matter of fact, I might have to have Putin buried with me. Just lay him across my shoulder. We'll be all right. But yeah. So I think that we can all agree to disagree that there are points of manipulation going on. There are some things that are natural, but I don't think that it's natural enough. I think that, like the storm that took out, what was it, North Carolina?
Oh yeah, that was bad.
When it hit land, normally when it hits land, it will slow down. Okay, because there's nothing else for it.
There's lithium in there.
It slowed down, and then what happened? It speed back up again, hit a Cat 5 again on land, gag me,
Yeah, way
and
in.
then went and hit them. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
zeroed in on that area.
Yeah. So that's not natural.
No, that was
that
driven.
is not natural. That was driven. That's exactly what that was.
Yep, driven. You know,
Probably
probably
just
some
need to.
Yep.
video game controllers. Moving it in.
Yeah. I'm telling you. Just so much going on, you know, and we're all lied to from one end to the other. And, you know, we have to be really careful with what we're being shown, what we're listening to, what we're not listening to. My daughter asked me to send her, because I had a list on my computer of all of the whole list of everybody that came out on the Epstein files. So my daughter sends me messages, says, I want you to send me what evidence you have that Obama was on there. I said, well, I can't do that right now. All of my stuff that I had in my computer are with my tower. I have access to nothing.
I
don't even have there you go. I have
it. I'll send it to you, and you can
I don't even have access to any of our old shows. I'm telling you, I was lucky by the hair of my chinny chin chin that I had sent the music to Randy, or we wouldn't have it. I went into my Facebook where I had copied a couple of the backgrounds. That was in my Facebook. So I lost all kinds of things. I mean, it was horrible. It was horrible.
Yeah, I screenshot I don't go too deep into that because
yeah, I told her, I said, I haven't really been paying too much attention about any of this stuff that's been going on because, you know, it is. Yeah, I'll help you find I'll help you hide the body. Who's sending me messages? Who is messaging me?
I mean, I've been paying attention, but I don't take a deep dive into.
Yeah, I've not been. I've been
because I feel that's for people that didn't believe, people that didn't live it and survive it, people that poo-pooed on other people that were out saying this happened to me, and they're dead now. You know, they're missing, and there's some that are still alive that have been talking about it that are now like, thank you for finally believing me after, you know, how many years.
But my tower is, I sent it to a shop. They're getting it fixed. I don't even know. Well, like I said, I'm going to get an external hard drive. I'm trying to get with somebody that knows a lot about computers so they can tell me what kind of gigabytes I need to be looking for. That way I can just start putting everything into the portable or into the external hard drive. That way, if I ever need it or if I ever lose my computer, I can duplicate everything. If I ever lose my computer again, all I have to do is when I get a loaner like I have now, plug that external hard drive in and I'll have access to everything and I don't have to worry about it anymore. Plus, I'm going to back stuff up on the laptop. I got a bigger laptop this time and it holds a lot more. So I'm going to start backing everything up on it. That way, if need be and anything ever happens, I can always resort to running the shows on the laptop. So I'll have different ways. Because me being without my tower right now, it's
painful?
2 weeks. Ask Chad. 2 weeks, man. I was pulling my hair out, trying to bring everything back up, trying to find everything, trying to get logged into my Streamlabs, trying to get everything. I mean, it was horrible. Every day I'm like, man, I am so stressed out. I'm going to lay down. I'm making myself sick. I'm so stressed trying to find all this stuff and pull it up. It was horrible. So I am going to find ways to back this stuff up no matter what I do. And if all else fails, I'll write all this crap down and get writer's cramp. I don't care. Because it's ridiculous. I can't do this again. It's a no good thing at all. So, but we, is there anything else you want to cover before we get ready to go soon?
We made
or did
it.
we about cover everything? Yeah.
Past the marker.
Knock on wood.
Yeah. I don't have any wood in here.
I don't want to knock too loud because my dog will think someone's at the door and start barking. He'll wake up and then he won't shut up because he's 10 foot tall and bulletproof.
Yeah. I got knock on plastic.
Yeah.
He's
knee height.
I'm a plastic girl living in a plastic world.
I got a secondary desk. Let me see if I don't have any pants on, so I gotta be careful. I got a secondary desk. It's L shape, and I use the short piece for a nightstand, which is great because now I don't have to worry about getting in bed and going, oh man, I forgot the remote control to the TV way over there. I got everything sitting on the nightstand. You know, when you got one leg and you get up and you get in bed and you get comfortable and then you realize the remote is nowhere where you can reach it. You got to get up again. And it's a pain. So now I have everything at my reach, including my water, everything. So my landlord, she's moving and it was her desk for her office.
Oh, nice.
So yeah, she's like, hey, go look outside your front door. There's something out there. I'm like, what's outside my front door? And I'm thinking, oh God, please tell me it's not another dog that I have to bring in because I will. And I look and it was the desk and I'm like, uh-oh, Jack, go get that. So yeah.
That's nice. That's good.
Which it's still, even the way I have it set up, it leaves me a lot of room. I can still go from one desk to the other. I have plenty of room to turn around and go around. So Jack was afraid it might have taken up too much room where I wouldn't have had any room to get around in my wheelchair. And I've already done, half of the paperwork's been done for me to get my new wheelchair. And you guys, let me tell you about my new wheelchair. Not only is it built to go outside and go over rocks and go through ditches, but if I switch the controller over and I push the button, I can lay back and my feet go up and I can lay here if my back starts hurting me. And the whole entire seat is made of memory foam.
Nice.
I was like, yeah.
Recliner on wheels.
Yes. I was like, I'll take it because, you know, the doctor asked me, well, do you sit in a recliner at home? I said, my room is the living room. I said, I go from my bed to the chair. And he's like, oh, we got to get you a different type of chair then. Different seat, one that reclines and lays back. There you go. I'm like, oh, cool. So nice. I was like, yay. So it takes, I'm halfway through the paperwork now. I have 3 more steps before they finally get it to me. So it's probably going to take about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. So it takes forever when somebody else, when they're paying for it, you know, insurance companies like to just throw things around and see how cheap they can get something. But with what the doctor's putting down that I have to have, they're not going to be able to get away with cheap.
No.
Because the first thing I did was I pitched a crap when I went in there because they talked me into this chair. And I told them I like to go fishing. I like to be outdoors. I can't do it in this chair. I get stuck on grass, the smallest little hole in the dirt, it gets stuck in it and it spins me around because it's rear wheel drive. No, I said, so now I want something that I can go trape through a hill and go down, go over dirt and go fishing. Because I can't fish off a dock. because there's steps that go down a dock.
Right.
So I have no choice but to do it off of off the shore. So he's like, okay. I'm like, yeah. This time you're not going to tell me what I'm getting. You're going to get what I tell you I need. So it's as simple as that. So yeah, I'm like, woohoo. I was all excited when he said I get that seat that lays back and it's all memory foam, like in the small of my back. It's all memory foam. Oh God, yes. I'm like, oh, please. Because they won't pay for me to get a massage or get my realignment, my bones realigned. And right now my hips, my right one sits up higher because it doesn't have a leg on it. So of course it sits up, has nothing to weigh it down. So I have a lot of lower back pain and a lot of hip pain. So it's a pain in the butt is what it is.
Literally.
Yeah. Right. Now, unless I can hire somebody to hang off my nub and kind of pull my hips down, I don't think I could pay that much money.
No.
That might cost me a pretty penny. So, crazy stuff, though. Crazy stuff. But I can't wait. I'm excited. So it'll be all right. So
Yeah, that's pretty cool to go fishing. I think I'm not a fisher.
yes,
But I
Yeah,
think
yeah,
if
me
you
too.
are, yeah,
I used to fish.
I'm a berry picker.
I can
Sure.
catch and release. I can't even do that in this chair, Chad.
No.
I can't go berry picking.
Oh.
No. I'd get stuck in the dirt and get stuck on the grass in this thing.
Oh,
The
no,
other
that
one's got a
works.
big, and it's mid-wheel drive, so I don't have to worry about the other wheels getting stuck on anything. So that makes it good. And it's 0 turns, so I can sit still and just go around a circle and not have to worry about knocking anything over.
Okay.
I'll go
Now-
berry picking with you, Chad. That sounds fun.
I know, right?
I'm a berry picker.
I need to get some berries. Yeah.
I'll go up into the mountains when they're ripe and get them, like the blackberries and all that good stuff.
Ooh, yummy.
Yeah.
Dad and I sometimes will do that. Yeah. And we go 4-wheel driving to get there. It's pretty cool.
Oh, that's fun.
I eat all mine in a day, and then he bakes his into some
Yeah.
pastries and enjoys them for the year, freezes them.
My hip would be okay if I could wear my prosthetic because my prosthetic is actually considerably heavier than even my leg.
Mhm.
But I can't use my prosthetic because I lost my equilibrium when I had a stroke. So I can't stand straight and walk on it. It's too dangerous for me. And if I try and I fall, because they come up so far on your hip, I could break my hip. And I don't want to be doing that. I don't want to break my hip. That would be kind of that at my age, it causes pneumonia, double pneumonia, and causes lots of problems when you break a hip when you're older. So yeah. I can't be doing that. I'm almost 60 years old. I do not need to be breaking a hip. No. So yeah. I will try to stick it out as long as I can. But all right. Well, everybody, I am glad that we are back. So you think so? You think so, Jason? But yeah, so we are back, so we can start scheduling shows. Glenn and I have been off because Glenn's mom, she fell and had a compound fracture in her arm. So we've been off from doing those shows because he's been having to help her.
Luckily, it was there.
Yeah. And we're going to, we go back Monday, but Monday we're doing an hour of the regular show that we do. And then we have somebody that's running for a seat in Georgia. And we're going to put her, she's going to come on the show the last hour. So Glenn said we're going to be in a lot of trouble because she, apparently the Muslim people in that community don't like her and they're all trying to run against her. So I'm like, oh, great. That's just what we need. All right, whatever. Okay. Let me loose. I'll get it. I don't know what more to say. What do you do now? I keep saying that boy's going to be the death of me. And he just might be one day. But yeah, so we start back up on Monday. So I'll be kind of glad to get back to doing that because I haven't really had a whole lot to do other than trying with this thing. And then I get so aggravated with it that I just want to throw it away. So I've been kind of bored. So I've been wanting to sleep. And that hasn't been helping me either. I've been so sleepy. So I need to start getting back into things and stop being so bored and so sleepy.
Sleepy, what's that? I don't sleep.
Yeah, I didn't for a long time there until you just have nothing to do. And then you're like, okay.
I'd like to.
It might. Look, I have a very persistent little dog who thinks that mommy needs to be in bed whenever he's in bed.
Yeah.
And, of course, he lays on my shoulder, so he is not comfortable. Like right now, he's laying down on his new toy that the manager got him, but he's side-eyeing me and has been side-eyeing me the whole entire show and staring at me because he wants bedtime. That's what he wants. He wants to go to bed, and he's just been. So after I get done with the show, he'll be over here at my leg scratching at me. Come on. Can we do that? You haven't been sleeping, Jason? What? Do I have to call you and talk to you and bore you till you pass out? I mean, is that what we got to do? Don't get me
on the same wavelength. I mean, I was listening to YouTube something, I don't know, one night, and I dozed off. I'd like maybe 20 minutes until the end of the thing. Woke up, and then I was up to 3 a.m. I'm like, what the frig? And then I wake up at 3, 4. I won't look at the clock. I don't want to. And 7. And then I'm wide awake. I just don't sleep anymore lately again.
Jason, what do you mean a bed or couch would probably help?
I have a bed. We don't.
Why are you not in a bed or couch, Jason? Well, I usually, and it's terrible because when I'm sleeping, I can't sleep. Like I'll go up and talk to Abe for a little while, but then I'll get off there and sit in the chat. And then I'll put it on my tablet or something, and I'll lay in my bed and just listening will make me go to sleep. But I found out that over at PRT, Josh Turner's voice does the same thing because he's so melatonin when he talks that it puts me to sleep. So it's like I cannot lay down when I listen to either one of them. Because if I lay down while I'm listening to them, I'm out like a light. But I am up again in about 3 hours. And it stinks.
Yep, I've been doing that for I don't know months. Really tired of not being able to sleep.
And it's real bad when I do the shows with Glenn because when I get up after 3 hours, I'm up for probably about 4 or 5 hours.
Yeah.
So then if I try to lay down and take a little nap before the show, I oversleep. Glenn's burning my phone up. Where are you? I'm like, oh my God. So it's just like the show's right in my normal nap time. So I've been all thrown off. It's terrible. But that's all right. I'll figure it out one day. I don't know when, but I will. I'll figure it out. Yes.
Yeah. Probably all the energy frequencies getting zapped at night is what I feel like for me. Just won't leave me alone.
I'd call somebody and say, would y'all lose my address, please?
I need a Faraday cage to sleep in.
Yeah. Tommy said he got some of that material, the Faraday material.
Oh, what?
You put it? Yeah. He said he put it up in his windows right now, but he needs to do his room with it.
I've seen it, yeah. I've thought about ordering it because you can sew it into the hats as a lining, instead of buying the hat.
Oh, really?
That way you can choose your hat and then sew it into the lining. If you knew how to sew, I don't, but
I used to have a cap that was
assuming you
like
could.
that. Yeah, that went in a hat, and I don't know. I think I got rid of it or something. I was supposed to keep the inside part, but not the hat.
Yeah.
I'm just like learning about other stuff too. I've been learning too much about all the toxins, and it's like, wow. If I could, I'd just drop everything and take off for the woods, and
I gotta make a nail appointment. I gotta make a nail appointment tomorrow. I cracked my nail. We can't have that. Yeah, because those are my real ones. Can't have that. That sucks. All right, guys. Well, we're back. When are you going to be heading back home, Chad?
Next week. So next
Okay.
week on Thursday I'll be driving.
All right, we'll come up with some ideas between now and then.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be so mad if I go looking for some information and then they call me and tell me that's ready and I take this back and bring my other one back and lose that too. I'm going to be really pissed because it takes time to do that stuff.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'm like,
And it requires a lot of patience. Yeah.
yeah, unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of those, so I try to make it as easy as possible. Would
Chad's the
you
most
leave me
patient one.
alone?
You can sit down and get lost in it.
What is?
Yeah, I can't concentrate problem lately. But if anyone sends ideas, I can figure it out. It's probably something I researched a long time ago, because a lot of things that people are talking about now, I was researching and was doing that a long time ago. So I'm just happy to see more people seeing things and talking about them.
My daughter bought these big, silly pink eyelashes for her truck. I don't know.
Oh, I've seen those on those bugs, the EW bugs.
I know. I used to have one of those, and my daughter was like, I used to have a new one, and my daughter was like, Mom, we need to get you eyelashes for that. And I looked at her and I was like, no, we don't. Really, we don't. We really don't. Yes, daughter. Yes. Oh my gosh. What do I do with her? She says, I'm excited. Okay. All right, everybody. We're going to go ahead and say goodnight. We stayed on. Hopefully I can upload. Woohoo. Yeah. We'll see if it's possible.
Made it the 2 hours. Yay.
Yeah, we'll get together this early in the week and we'll talk about what we're going to pull up next. If you got any ideas, then we'll just take it and run with it.
I hope Jason's okay. No sleep, no bed, no couch.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Jason. No. Do I need to get you a blow-up mattress, Jason? Do you need a blow-up mattress? Yeah, I think we need to get you a blow-up mattress.
Something.
Yeah. All right, everybody.
Bye.
Y'all have a good night. Have a good weekend. And like always, everybody, please be kind to one another. Have a good night.
You ever wonder what's real and what's just smoke in the wind? Down here in Texas, we've heard the whispers. They say a president fell in Dallas and the truth got buried with him. They say men walked on the moon, but some folks swear it was all lights and cameras. There's talk of secret deals in desert towns of flying saucers hiding where the tumbleweeds roll. They say the truth is out there, but out here under these white Texas skies, we know the truth ain't free. It's locked up tight